Hey everyone! So about 2 years ago, I began building a gaming system. And since then, I've updated several things. And one of the final items that I needed was a proper gaming monitor. So whenever you're deciding to get a gaming monitor, the options usually go something like this: 2K or 4K, and you pick one. And in my case, 2K was the goal. Then you must decide between TN panels or IPS. IPS having the best colors and better overall viewing angles. However, all of this at a very premium price. And this is where I was stuck. Was IPS really worth it? Assuming again that the monitor was purely going to be used for gaming and nothing more. So rather than paying a premium for a single IPS monitor, I bought one Dell TN monitor to see for myself if the viewing angles were really that bad. Would I be able to notice while gaming? Would it be an issue while watching videos? So here's my review of the Dell 144Hz Gsync monitor. Various iterations of this monitor have been out for a number of years now. Despite this gaming monitor is still recommended around the web for good reason. This monitor offers great gaming performance at a relatively affordable price. Sure, you can find other more affordable monitors, but their TN panels will not be nearly as good, or the quality control might not be up to par. The specs are as follows: 2560 by 1440p TN panel, G-Sync enabled. Response time is set at 1 millisecond. Peak brightness is rated at 350 nits. The display is not full RGB, so this is not a monitor you would want for color-based work, such as video editing or any type of photography. You can definitely do it, but if you're serious about that line of work, get something with more accurate color representation. This monitor was designed with a gamer in mind. The base is made of aluminum and feels solid. The monitor can be positioned in a variety of ways, which we'll discuss later. But the important topic I wanted to cover was the TN portion, which most people get hung up on. So originally, I bought one of these monitors because I wanted to see if the TN angles were really that bad. To my surprise, the monitor's viewing angles were a lot better than most TN panels. Sure, the colors do shift at an angle, but they don't become severe until you reach extreme angles. The viewing angles really surprised me. They are really good, all things considered. Take a look for yourself. Do these angles really look bad? Sure, they do change, but they aren't what most TN panels look like, which can actually be horrific in some cases. This monitor was designed for gaming in mind. If you're a purist and want an affordable gaming monitor, this here is easily one of the best. And I saved so much money, I ended up purchasing two of these monitors rather than buying one IPS monitor. Again, this is because I'm not going to be using these monitors for content creation. They will be solely used for consuming media and mostly playing video games. IPS is superior for content creation, and the colors look better, but don't be fooled into believing that you need an IPS monitor for proper gaming. While looking at an IPS and TN panels directly, the average user will be hard-pressed to notice the difference. And I think most hardcore gamers will probably not care about the viewing angles, but rather the performance and how good things look in front of them. And at least with this monitor, the viewing angles aren't horrific. They are okay, and far better than what most TN panels provide. And I think some YouTubers have unfairly bashed some TN panels, because they are content creators, and to them, TN panels are not worth it. And I understand that. But not everyone is a content creator, and I think that's the important distinction. I'm a content creator. However, these monitors will solely be used for gaming and consuming media. And for that, these monitors are excellent, and the TN panel in this unit has really surprised me. Again, I'm not saying that IPS is inferior, because it's not. All I'm saying is that IPS is best for content creation, or if you're a gamer who has a lot of money to burn. One of the great things about this monitor is that you can basically maneuver this monitor into virtually any angle you want. This is seriously one of the best stands that comes included with a monitor. However, if you really desire more, the monitor does include a VESA mount for endless possibilities. In terms of inputs, you get multiple USB connections, one display port, one HDMI connection, and on the left-hand side of the monitor, you get two extra USBs, and an audio output. The display gets bright enough for most environments, and at around 300 nits, and overall, I'm satisfied. The black levels are okay, and can definitely be improved within the monitor's settings. Perhaps a calibration can improve the color representation. The display is matte and isn't very reflective, which is good, as I don't like ultra glossy displays. At the end of the day, these high refresh rate monitors were designed for budget gamers who want performance above all things. And for that, this monitor performs exceptionally well. Once you experience that high refresh rate on a monitor, everything else will look incredibly slow. Even my beautiful iMac 5K looks laggy when compared to these monitors. Gaming at 144 Hz is a really incredible experience, and gaming at 60 now feels rather slow. You must really experience this for yourself. This video will never do it justice, as this is filmed at a mere 24 frames per second. And even if I recorded at 60 frames per second, that wouldn't do it any justice either. Just know that you will need very powerful hardware to run modern games at 144 frames per second, or anywhere near that without compromising graphical settings. And the response time is at 1 millisecond, which is good for competitive gaming. Seriously, this is what the PC Master Race is all about. Ridiculously high frame rates with no graphical compromise. Computer specifications will be included in the description. So I actually ran into an issue. I bought one monitor initially, and once I saw that the TN panel wasn't as bad as the internet made it out to be, I quickly ordered a second one, and the second one had a dead pixel. But that's not a knock on Dell, but rather a lesson to everyone who purchases a monitor from any manufacturer. Always examine the monitor for imperfections. Thankfully, I purchased this monitor from Amazon, and I was able to quickly return the monitor and reorder another one. This monitor isn't perfect. At extreme angles, the colors are completely washed out. And here's an example of that. You can clearly see how the colors are almost gone and have completely lost their pop. But again, this is at completely unrealistic angles. So understand that this TN panel is better than most, and at normal angles, you'll see very little color shift. But at extreme angles, the monitor is unusable. IPS monitors are superior for sure. However, that extra value might not be worth it for everyone. And certainly, it wasn't for me. While gaming, I don't care about the viewing angles. I care about the performance and how things look directly in front of me. And for someone who just games, this TN panel might just be enough for them. And for me, this monitor is enough. To conclude, this monitor is excellent within the gaming context. And this might be one of the best budget gaming monitors that you can buy. IPS should really be reserved for content creators, as the average gamer probably will notice the difference. So I strongly recommend this monitor to any dedicated gamers out there. If you're a content creator and a gamer, definitely look for something more color accurate. But for everyone else, I think you'll be fine with just this monitor. Remember, not all TN panels are created equal, and you can definitely find slightly more affordable options out there, but their quality control might be in question. I'm seriously impressed with the viewing angles. They aren't bad, they're definitely manageable, and hardly noticeable at normal angles. At unusable angles, they are horrifically bad. But again, at unusable angles. Emphasis on unusable. So I saved some money by purchasing a TN panel, and I ended up buying two. And I think you should consider the same. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in this monitor, I will link it down below, and make sure that you smash that like button. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time.